Hello world. Welcome to OnlyFillers podcast, the Astro Playroom to your PlayStation 5. I'm LDJ, and with me always is Steve, aka Sausa TV, aka Agent 57, the OG Hitman. What's up, Fish?
47.
57 or 47?
47. Almost.
Almost. Oh my god.
Uh,
Fail.
yeah, what's up? No, all good, all good. It's been a slow week, a platinum week, if I gotta put a brand on it, I guess, because I've been playing too much. I can't complain, but I cannot say it's weird.
Yeah, this week has been a lot of time for you to play, which is great. I envy that time. Have you seen that chart that as you move along in your life, you have more money and less time,
Yeah,
and when you were
yeah.
young, you had all the time and less money. You are now like having at least some time, which I don't.
I having a strange balance that I cannot push towards to, since I know my job is really flexible. So I guess in a way I kind of put myself in a weird spot when I'm getting benefit from it.
Yeah, you make the most of it. Make the most of it. Maybe it's not gonna come back.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that, man. I wish I had the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I keep telling myself that because I know this is like some kind of borrowed time that is not going to last, but I might as well enjoy it as I have it.
Yeah, maybe in the future they will charge you for that time with a
Mhm.
lot of work. Yeah. Other than that, how's everything going? Your family, everything good?
Everything good, everything good. We got a visit yesterday. A friend, one of my wife's friend was here. She stayed here. We talk a lot, and that was good. She lives in the States now, so that's interesting. She lives kind of near you. I can't remember the name of the place. I know it's cold.
Okay, it's cold, so it's gotta be up up north.
Hmm.
Okay, good man, good man. Yeah, 20 days until we meet and we see you guys, and we
Almost,
travel.
yes.
Almost time. Yeah, so we gotta figure out if we're gonna do like a podcast live together, like from your place, something like that. Because I'm bringing you the mic, so we gotta figure out something to do special now that we're gonna have at least one weekend or 2 weekends uh, in Colombia together. So we do a special episode. So we have a long. I feel it. You sometimes have vibrations and you sense like this is going to be a long podcast, and it's good. It's good. I don't know. I feel like from time to time you have to do it. So let's just buckle up. If you are listening through Spotify or you are watching us in YouTube, just buckle up. This is going to be a long one, and we're gonna talk about today, Steve. We're gonna talk about the state of PlayStation. This is like a what? Like a conference? It's not a conference. It's like a broadcast they do.
Yeah, I think this is like the new take they have on the what used to be the E3. Now the Game of the Year awards kind of feels like the second part of the E3 because as long as I can remember, the E3 is no longer.
I feel
Uh,
like the
I don't
Game
know.
of World is even bigger now than the E3. This is my take. Because um, E3 almost none of the big ones go to really showcase their products. They just go because they have to be. Like Microsoft is not is going, but it's not really going. PlayStation, I think, it's almost the same. Nintendo almost had recently they had their presentation. So I think I don't know. I think like the Game Awards is even bigger than the E3 right now. I don't know because of the. I don't know. What do you think?
The E3, I think it got like pretty much canceled. COVID pretty much killed it. It was on a decline, but COVID, the pandemic, and all that pretty much killed the event. I know that. I heard the last thing I heard about it was that is they were trying to bring it back, but now all like you mentioned, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they all have their own way to broadcast their big news with obviously the internet, which I bet
Yeah,
they are like, yeah, this is cheaper, this
it's
is
cheaper.
more
Yeah,
this is more on our terms, because I bet the E3 had a huge amount of rules and really bureaucratic, or I don't know,
and
ads,
constraints. Yeah,
space,
space.
all that, and I think that this is it. This is what we are going to have moving on.
Yeah, I think the E3 needs to like reshape the conference maybe towards indie games or not AAA games. Maybe
Hmm.
that's something that they can find like a niche where they will invite all the indie games or up and coming developers that want to showcase the product and want to be closer to fans. And so let's bring fans and let's bring indie games and you can play demos and you can talk to them. Something like more close and personal. I don't know. If you are watching E3, just a thought. But so let's move on to what we're gonna talk about: state of PlayStation. So let's try to do this. I'm gonna play through the first part, which I called fillers, uh,
Pretty
and
much.
and and you just feel free to uh, I don't know, express your opinion as we watch the first part, which are fillers, and then when we get to the meat of the broadcast, which is gonna be your Resident Evil, your Suicide Squad, your Street Fighter, all that stuff. When we get to that part, you just tell me, we can stop and we can talk a little bit more of what we are watching. Okay,
Sounds
so
good.
sounds good. Let me add it to the stream, and let's go, man. So this first part, describe what we're gonna see, Steve.
Was pretty much they like the first part is heavy focus on their new product, which is the VR2, like the second generation of the VR product of the PlayStation, because there are many VRs out there, and it gets, at least for me, it gets me really confused to keep up with all of these popping VRs. I know the Meta one is one of the best, supposed
Mm-hmm.
to be at least, but is okay. Is attached to the basically the Facebook brand or Meta, however you want to call it, and many people don't like that.
Yeah, maybe people don't trust Zuckerberg with their stuff. So I don't know, but I'm not excited for VR. Or and this
I
is a
I was
general.
going to ask you that. What's your position on VR,
You
or
know,
what?
there is a chart in there is a chart in technology that is called like the hype curve. When you have like technologies that are up and coming and they're in the peak of their hype, and then they have to mature and drop down. VR is one of those technology that they haven't matured enough to be like really something that we can use or mainstream. And I know PlayStation is trying to make it happen in their own way through games, but yeah, for me this is just like I said, fillers, because this is very niche. I don't see the technology yet so advanced where it makes sense to buy one of these personally, and especially since it's so expensive. So
Hmm.
these gadgets, these devices are expensive, and they don't produce the best quality yet of in terms of
Uh,
graphics. Although these graphics are good because they are stylized, the ones that we're seeing. This is a video game. I think it's a zombie video game we're playing, we're watching, and you have like your common stuff. This is an FPS that we're watching, killing zombies, throwing stuff. It's called the Falklands. It's good, it's nice, I guess, but I don't think that like VR is getting me something extra that I needed, that I cannot get through my regular control. Plus, VR is not for everyone just because
yeah.
of the dizziness. Do you feel dizzy? Have you tried it before?
No, I never tried VR before. I found it interesting, and I found it like there is something there, but like you said, developers have a lot of to catch up in order to get the most out of this new technology. So there's going to be a learning curve, obviously. And uh, I heard from many people that motion sickness is one of the huge letdowns of this because, like, apparently many people get it. I don't know if
Yeah.
I will, so no clue. Uh,
and
hmm,
and that's something that you cannot like avoid, right? That's
hmm.
something that humans we have, because this is messing up with your perception, with like your sense of location, and motion sickness happens even if some people go into a cruise, into a boat, into the sea, and they get motion sickness because of that. So now this is like trying to mess up with all that stuff. So
Mm.
I don't know. Technology is not there yet. PlayStation is trying, and at least I give them kudos for trying to push innovation, which is what these companies should be doing, right? They should be investing on a loss. So let's say like it is. Yeah, PlayStation makes a lot of money, but VR is a division that is on a loss, and these they are taking the loss just to push technology and innovation. And I like that as a fan of technology in general.
Yeah, yeah. It's exciting because it's something new. So hopefully it gets to an amazing point or a great point where people can get the most out of it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I got two main issues with this technology, and I will tell you in a bit. But I don't know.
yeah.
It's
It's not PlayStation fault, but yeah,
no, no.
it's the technology, and you know, uh, I only see this working, and this is gonna funny. This is only gonna work if we can get to a point like in Ready Player One, something like that, where you are fully immersed and
Uh, the immersion must be complete in order to make it worth it. But they my main one well one of my two issues with this is first is the barrier of entry for anyone is that at least on the PlayStation you need at least one thing to already have a PlayStation. In this case, for the VR2 you need a PlayStation 5. Those are already expensive, but
so
then
that's, let's say like it is. That's $500. Okay, go.
Yeah, PlayStation is 500, no? Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're already 500 down, and
Hmm.
now you're asking me to pay an extra $550 more
Another PlayStation.
expensive than the console itself to just gain access to this technology with no video games. So now you have to account for an extra price of the games that just work with two of these requirements. So you are already $1,000 down, and
Mm.
then imagine yourself you expend all this money because you can or you save, and then you get motion sickness.
No.
So-
Yeah. And just in terms of financial, then you have to buy games which are
Ah,
not the best, and you have to hope for the best of that platform. If I have a PlayStation 5, but if I have extra $500, I wouldn't buy this. I would buy an
me-
Xbox, and
me-
I'm not or a Nintendo, just because I will get a ton of video games that I do not have. Right? If I buy, let's say, an Xbox, and I'm not an Xbox guy, but if I have $500 that I can expand in anything, let's say if I buy an Xbox, then I get all the Game Pass stuff, and all the exclusive that they will produce. I don't know, with Bethesda and everything.
mm,
So I have more libraries of video game, just investing at least less money, because Xbox is not $550, and I will get a bigger library of video games that I will be able to experience. So it's still a tough decision. With $500, I think you can buy two Nintendo Switch, which
yeah, and that will be and really a platform with really good exclusives that you won't
Exclusive.
be able to get like neither in the Microsoft area or the PlayStation area, because we all know that if you buy a Nintendo Switch, it may be to play with your family or your friends, or because maybe you're a huge Super Mario or Legend of Zelda fan, and that's all right. I mean, those games have their place in this video game market for obvious reasons, but still is a hard point to sell a $1,000 tag. And the other point I was going to is that, well, with the VR1 from the PlayStation, I didn't make any sense at all these cables you have to deal with. I'm not 100% sure that just is this thing wireless? I can't
I
remember.
think this one is wireless. I think it
Yeah,
is because
yeah,
the
and that was one of the hard sell points of the Meta device, that it was 100% wireless.
sure
So
as
this
it should
one,
be. Yeah,
yeah, it should be, because you're already spending this stupid amount of money. Okay, either if it's easy for you, good. If it's hard for you, well, bad. But most of the time, it's not gonna be a easy way to get $500 just to play games. Okay, okay, you deal with that. But because of the cables, I always thought it was really stupid, because basically you have to have a dedicated huge space just to not hit yourself or hit someone, because you're moving around in a space with these cables, and waving your arms because you have to, and then you can hit someone or hit the TV or whatever you have nearby, or just you can hit yourself, because many people have huge accidents with these things, and it's
yeah,
kind of hilarious if you look it up, but it's kind of worrying in a way as well.
yeah. It is. It is. I don't know. As you said, it's a tough sale, VR. So yeah, kudos to PlayStation and to Meta for try at least. But we'll see what happens in the future if they can lower the price point or they can improve the technology to a point. One last point I was gonna ask you is that have you noticed also that the diversity of video games that they have for VR is really low. Like you have your FPSs, and then you have maybe your sports games. But I haven't seen any other type of video game
Yeah,
coming.
I
Yeah,
I think for and this one you can give me a more insight, because I guess from a developer point of view, it should be really, really, you must be really into it in order for you to just focus on this technology when there is
sure.
already one that is already set up. People know about it and can teach you, but this one is, for me at least, or the way I see it, is new. Is new, is groundbreaking in a way, and this is uncharted territory, which is complicated from a learning experience. So uh, is I want it to be good. I want it to succeed, to improve, but I think we might have to wait a lot of years for that.
Yeah, I think we will. So moving on. We had some indie games, small games, and I wanted to ask you these games that they are showcasing here from the PlayStation Plus. These are March game, right? So they're gonna give you Battlefield 2042,
That is
Micro.
one of the worst review games.
They have, this is one of those cases that they have been able to maintain like the population. This is a strange case. It was a horrible launch, but it has been able to survive. I don't know how.
Because the Battlefield franchise has their niche. pretty much Battlefield is the only thing standing against Call of Duty in terms of year after year franchise, because Medal of Honor died, and so it just left Battlefield and Call of Duty, and we all know Call of Duty is the top performance here
Hmm.
for all reasons.
Yeah. So also coming to the game catalog,
These
you have
are PlayStation Extra.
extra or the middle one, the
No,
silver. I don't know.
I almost 100% sure these are extra. I look it up, and yeah, these are extra. This is not the
Um,
premium tier. They're having issues with the premium tier because is yeah, is too expensive.
yeah. Okay. So it's good. It's good that it's coming to the extra, which is the middle price point. It's good to see Uncharted coming to that collection. It's such an iconic collection, the Legacy of Thieves for Uncharted. There are some rumors that they might have a new Uncharted on the way. Have you heard that? Because I don't know if you have seen the commercials of PlayStation where they are like in an interview, like they are in a newscast, and they are going through different places where news are happening. So they go to the north where you have snow, and there is God of War, and you can see Kratos and Atreus. That is such a cool commercial for PlayStation. And in one of those scenes, so you have God of War, you have Spider-Man, you have Horizon, and one of those scenes it's an Uncharted, like they say, Easter egg or teaser, that it's really fast. I need to show it to you maybe at the end. So they people in the internet are speculating that Uncharted, I guess it would be five. It's under construction, something like that. Okay, Ghostwire is good. I don't know. I've seen it. I think this is the type of video game that you will like. I don't know.
No, I saw gameplay, I saw trailers. It never got my attention. I as soon as I saw it, I thought this looks short. This is going to be a short game, and over yeah, it just looks good. But I and then reviews came for it, and it didn't go didn't do well at all.
But I don't know. I feel it's got your vibe. You if one you don't have extra, but if you had it, I would say give it a try. Okay, so moving on. You say they go through these Rainbow Six, Uncharted, Ghostwire is coming to the catalog for those who wanna grab it. And then they go into this. This is a weird game. I thought it looked cool. I don't know.
Oh, this have you ever played what's the name of it? Journey?
Yeah, I did play Journey. Sandro, I did play Journey too. It's such a weird,
Or
strange.
or did you play or do you know about Fez or I can't remember
No, I
the
only played Journey. Journey I did play, and it's such a weird game. And this gives me the same vibe.
yeah, exactly. This is like the same vibe, like a really chill out game where you just have to I don't know. There's not much of a story on it. It's more like like that journey or trip you take to get to see what happens, and it tries to tell you a story through gameplay, which is really hard, but sometimes these games are for me are those small surprises. I don't know.
This is funny to me. Have
Yeah, I don't know how it changed from you start with this little dog cute and out of nowhere becomes Star Wars.
out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know if Disney's gonna sue because of these lightsabers and blasters going on, but it's funny. So for those listening, this is a video game of just people like robots following a little cat, and that is of light. It's a cat of light. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, it's weird game. It's like a puzzle solving. So you have like these platforms of made of cubes, and you have to take all these people from one place to another and solve like the puzzle. Um, so this is like a Portal meets Journey meets kind of this video game, and with a cat. Is it a cat or a fox? It looks like a
I
fox.
don't know. For me, it looks like a dog, but I don't.
A dog. Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. Yeah, it's
It's a mammal.
I I I always I
Ah, it's a
try to
dog.
be.
Look at it.
Yeah. I try to be really positive because many of the surprises I have found playing video games, like one of the biggest surprises I have found are from indie games.
Yeah,
And
that's what
when
it
you
is.
find that indie game and you like it and you click with it, is so much. It becomes such a personal experience because not many people play it, and it becomes yours somehow because you cannot talk with someone, but you know you will always find someone to talk about. I don't know, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, or did you play God of War? And yeah, and that's fine too. But they become really personal experiences. And this game that is showing right now, I can't remember the name. I don't get it at all.
Man, I just wanted to have a comment on this style. I don't know, but I find so creepy when you have humanoid animals or dinosaurs or monsters trying to talk.
So furry.
Yeah, this is scaly for you guys. I don't know because look at this, for example. Let me describe it for our podcast listeners. So this is a humanoid character that is driving a
Mm,
car, but
mm,
it's also like a dinosaur, so it has kind of a long beak or mouth with
mm.
little triangular teeth. And
Razor teeth.
yeah, it's such a weird depiction of a character. I don't know. And this game is it's like kind of like a, I don't know, story driven.
A story-driven rhythm game that they are keep becoming more and more popular because they focus on the beat and you get
This is
into, yeah,
it's
I
called
don't know.
Goodbye Volcano High. For me, this is like a Japan focused video game. This is mostly Asian. Yeah, this is not a knock on them. This is a nation. This is a nation um, target video game. They love this kind of, I think, um, rhythm music games, which is good. Oh my god, new! Oh my
the
god, the
the brand
revolution!
new, never seen before, the manga, god, I don't, they have milked this game so much.
Ultimate. Let me read it to you. Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. I teased yesterday with you. This is like, I don't know. This is Attack on Titan type of final. Like, Ultimate Final Part Two Ninja Storm Reconnect. Oh my
Real
god.
final.
Real final. This is the one. Oh, this is such a funny. I just laugh.
I played the first two. We
We
played
played
the original one, like the first one back in the PlayStation 3. We played it, and
good.
it was a new concept back then, but
Yeah,
they still milking it. Every cent out of this franchise got, like, I know, I think, like, Naruto became the new Dragon Ball for the new generation, I guess.
yeah, it is.
Like,
It is, and I don't have any problem with that because every generation needs its own defining, let's say, popular anime.
yeah,
But the
how
games,
long ago did it end already? Like, ugh.
no, but they have Boruto now, so they have an excuse to keep making these video games. And look, it looks great, just as the first one we played did, and even better. And they have new characters. So if this was like the first or maybe second title of this franchise, I would say, oh my god, good. If you didn't buy the first one, you can now
Yeah.
buy this one. But it's just the fact that they have done it like every year. So if you like Naruto and you haven't played any of the previous installments, then yeah, this game is it's good for you because it's your first one. But if you have played any of the others, it's just the same. It's just the same gameplay. It's just the same game with new characters. It's just that, and this could be a DLC. Just add characters to the previous. But yeah, it's so funny. I'm not gonna rant more about this. It's just
Yeah,
funny at
it
this
just
point.
let it die already. Just it's enough. Naruto ended a long time ago, and Boruto is crap, and everyone knows it. But whatever.
Okay, this video game. Let me see if I
I
remember this
can't
one.
remember which one next.
You wanna describe it for our podcast listeners?
Oh, this is Baldur's Gate 3. But this is a series that pretty much is really close to. I can't say because I never played, but for what I know, I don't know much about it, but the from what I know, it's like really close to Dungeons and Dragons. Baldur's Gate is a really beloved franchise. I tried to play it in high school on a PC, but it was hard. It was hard to install it. There were many CDs, which today is such a weird word. Involved in the installation of it, and you kind of need a decent PC back then. Um, but I never played. But it's really, 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 really RPG focus and stats and
I
magic.
Yeah, I wanted to make a comment about something that I find interesting about this video game just from this presentation, and it's how the video game is playing with the camera.
Hmm.
So some gameplay you will see that it is a third person camera like WoW or something like that, that you have it up top, and others it zooms out and then it becomes this ISO game like Diablo, and then
Hmm.
you have like scenes where it's almost like a 2.5D where you are just playing against something in the back. I find that interesting, just from a technical stand of point, that it changes like the gameplay feel. So yeah, this is, I guess this is cool. It's not an exclusive though, and I'm gonna talk about that uh, at the end. So now
Yeah,
we are.
this is
Well,
another game that I don't have a clue.
yeah, this is our all. This is why I put fillers. This is just indie or third party video games, which is
Yeah.
good. They are giving like a
all
platform, I
these
guess.
yeah, all these games are fine to a certain degree, but it all comes down to something that I'm going to say at the end, that
Yeah,
I
me
know
too.
that it all comes down to that. And this is yeah, they try they it looks like loot boxes are gone, but something worse came out of it.
Oh, okay, I didn't see the like in this video game. You are you saying about this video game something worse?
Yeah, something in general, because this has like the vibe that is going to be a live service, and that I got a huge issue with that.
I don't have a. You know, you are a person. Let me say. Let me see something. Peace. You're a person of as Obi-Wan would say, with that deals with absolutisms. I am more nuanced, if you will. I like to watch and take Soul of Grain, but this is a co-op game, or this is
Hmm.
a multiplayer game, so it makes sense that it will have to be live service. But I know what you are going to say about the battle pass, I think, and we're going to talk about it in when we get to that point. So these are all, let's say, indie slash third parties, which is good because a platform needs to have an ecosystem of developers. It cannot only be exclusives.
Hmm.
Um, so it needs other video games to survive and to have innovation. Now we have like the, I don't know, most common fighter on screen. This is Street Fighter.
Street Fighter was the this is a little of a little bit of history, which because Street Fighter was the one totally they developed the combo system because back then there weren't when fighting games started there was no way to combo into it, but I think in Street Fighter 2 back in I don't know the arcades they made a
Hmm.
mistake and there was a way to chain your attacks without the other person being able to respond to it to that aggression, and that became combos.
Mm, okay.
But yeah, and this is me. This is personal because fighting games are one of those genres that it pains me that I'm not good at it at all.
I'm not good at it either, like especially good, but I enjoy them with friends and family. So when I had friends coming to our house in Bogota, we wanted to chill something and relax. We used to play the DC one,
Oh,
Injustice.
yeah,
Um,
they work perfectly in that in
and you
that
know,
way.
and you just share the control, whoever dies uh, shares, or whoever wins passes the control, and that way you have fun, and you just scream at everyone is screaming at the TV and having a good time. Yeah, so that's what I use these kind of video games. I only have like one always like installed. In my case it was Injustice, um and because everyone knows the characters and stuff like that, so it's easier for them like to pick and choose, and we had a good time. So Street Fighter, good, I guess, for people
Yeah,
who
no.
enjoy. I'm not
People
gonna say.
are really into these games because these games are a nightmare to play online. Those you
Yeah.
you just cannot go online unless you are a seasoned veteran of fighting games in general because they're gonna kick the crap out of you there in 2 seconds with an infinite combo or some on some on
No, this is a
something.
game. This is a game for playing with friends in your couch. This is for me. That's what it is. It's perfect because it doesn't split the screen. Everyone is in the same screen. It's a 2.5D video game, and you just enjoy it that way. And it's easy. It's easy for a co-op. I feel. I believe it's even easier than to play any sports games. You don't have to
Hmm.
be like savvy in the game. You just smash buttons and you figure it out which combination you prefer, and then you just try to beat each other up. Your video game, man. I'm gonna mute my mic and let you. I know this is still Street Fighter. Oh, we're
This
still
still
there.
Street Fighter, yeah.
Yeah,
That's Cammy. Cammy, I think is her name. I can't
yeah.
remember.
Good graphics and animation. I like they go for this voluptuous kind of vibe, for not only women but the men. It's very, yeah,
Yeah,
they're.
Zangief doesn't make sense at all, but it just looks good in the game.
Yeah, they look like bulky. It has a style to it, which it's good. I like the end of this clip, and you will notice the shot. Here it comes. Here it comes.
No, it's not. It's just a shot, just a regular shot. It doesn't involve anything.
No, go
It's
to
just.
go. You got it.
Is I don't know.
Asians.
Games should stay games, and they are what they are because I don't know because people shouldn't think much about it and just let them be. But I
No, man.
guess
This is because these are Japanese people. This is because it's
they don't
Capcom.
care.
They don't care. The woke movement, the Me Too movement, never came to Japan or to Thailand or to Asian men. When I was in Thailand, the jokes that women and men did to each other in a workplace. Oh my god! And this was like, I don't know, 2017, something like that.
Hmm.
They were so hot and spicy and with this double sense and oh my god, if you make any of those jokes they did in a Western society, you get fired like that. You're fired. It's amazing. So it's Japanese people. If you want to have an ass shot of a character,
You
they're
got it.
gonna you got it. They're gonna do it. Everyone is gonna be happy. Next presentation. They don't even see. It's not that they are doing it with a bad intention. It's just that they don't see it. They see it, this is a video game. This is this is a game. This kind of body is not possible. They
Mm.
and they just don't complain about it, and no one complains about it. And guys are not possible. These guys that we're showing, they are not possible. Girls, they are not possible. So this is just a video game, and this is fantasy. So they don't put as much attention as we in Western society do. So this is so good, and I think the next presentation is your game. And now I'm gonna shut up and let you do your thing, man. Go.
Well, Resident Evil 4.
No,
I
but
haven't.
talk about what you're seeing. Talk about what you're
Oh, okay. So as it is right now, we got Resident Evil 4 on screen. Obviously, is compared to the original one that was released on the PlayStation 2, which I play, and then I replay it on the PlayStation 4, and
Focus,
now we
focus.
got a remaster of the PlayStation of this game, which is which is just as it is right now. No, this is a remake. Um, this is a remake of the original game because from the ground up they change everything.
But
Mechanically, it looks kind of similar, but graphics, engine, everything is different.
so anything that you're watching that you see right now in this presentation, let's focus on this
Mm.
presentation, that you see that is different, that is off-putting, or is almost the same guns and
No,
story.
is really really different. Really different. I I this character can't remember his name right now. Oh God! But he is kind of a fan favorite. They kind of changed it. They made it more goofy here for whatever reason.
Okay, it's like a, I don't know, an Italian character in
No,
something,
he's supposed
or
to
Spanish.
be Spanish. He's supposed to be from Spain, and he's supposed to be suave, and he's good with the ladies and all that because whatever. In the original one, because obviously it's a Capcom game, there are a lot of. It's funny because it's a quirky game. If you play today, you're gonna laugh at the nonsensical things they say, and here. I mean, the game looks amazing, especially for for
And
newcomers as well as people that know the original game.
so, what are some of the difference that you see in this video, in this presentation? I want to focus you on this presentation so I can go back. What Tell me a
Um,
difference or something like jump out of the video.
well, the video game character models looks really different. They have similarities, but
Hmm.
they change it drastically, especially for Leon, that is the main character. I have uh, this is Krauser right now in the screen, one of the antagonists.
This
He's
guy, this guy,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's the one that changed the list, and that's all right. But Leon is so different. I don't know. His face, it looks so different
Let
from
me
what
let
I'm.
me let me try to get a shot of his face. This face looks amazing. I don't know if
Yeah.
he changed. She changed. What's her name?
She Ashley, she changed a lot. Well, not much, but I think your protagonist is your face, your cover face of the game,
Of
and
course.
he changed a lot. I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird to me because I have seen this character for many years, and now they change it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. It's not that it looks bad, but I'm so used to this mental image of him that is weird.
Yeah, I see. Like, I don't know. The hair has the same style of the haircut and stuff like that he has. Um, other than that, the it's faster, I guess.
See, yeah, it looks much faster than the original one. It kind of
There were some
I don't
enemies that I wanted to show to you.
yeah,
And
which
get
one?
these guys and get your reaction. How do you
Yeah,
feel
the
about?
El Gigante, or because to give you a setup, this game is supposed to be near Spain, not in Spain, but near Spain. So they speak Spanish. Um, so the enemies have names, obviously, as El Gigante, or I don't can't remember as it many. This is a iconic fight in the original game, and they made a huge change in it because Luis, I think his name is Luis, can't remember his name. Um,
Let me slow
he's
down.
not with you in that fight in the original game, but looks like now is a 2v2. In the original one was a 2v1. So you were Leon and alone trying to fight against these two massive enemies that look amazing here, because in the original one, yeah, they were imposing, but they were kind of plain. And
Okay,
hmm,
a lot of
and
texture. Yeah,
yeah, and that's cool. That's there's a lot of
there is the there was the money shot I wanted to
yeah, Krauser. Krauser is an amazing antagonist.
look. Yeah, this is
Yeah, his face. I feel like his head is smaller than it should be. I don't know.
maybe I don't know.
This is just me being picky on the mental image of a character that been engraved in my memory for more than this point 10 years, I guess.
Um, yeah. All I have to say is that it looks good, but it doesn't look like. And this is something that I hate when people on the internet say it, but it doesn't look like a next gen graphic video game. It's still like trying. I don't know if they are using, but it still feels like um, um, PS4 type of also like
Like a
textures.
really good looking PS4 game.
Yeah, yeah, and this is
Hmm.
going to release in PS4, so it makes sense that they cannot
Oh,
push.
I didn't saw that actually. I
Yeah, there you go.
so that makes sense. So
Yeah,
yeah. So they
and that's
played
why
safe. They
they
played it
play it
safe.
safe. Yeah, and that's what the only thing that I could pick up of this is that, and you notice that in the textures, because they cannot render so quickly different textures for the faces and the different, and so it looks like a really good PS4 um, texturized video game, but it's not like your PS5 with Horizon and God of War and stuff like that. That they really went deep into the textures and how you see the skin of the character, especially the skin. But it looks great. It's not a knock on it because this is coming to for PS4, so they
Hmm.
have all. So it's good. It's good. Oh, any other remarks for you? I didn't change the banner. We were so yeah. Any other remarks for the Resident Evil 4 before we move into the Suicide Squad?
Uh, it's gonna do well, because if anything we learn from the previous remakes they make from Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, that people didn't like that one that much as much as 2, but this uh, so far I don't think it's gonna be bad. It's not going
So
to,
you
yeah,
like what you saw. I
yeah,
wanted to
I
focus on
like it.
this presentation, state of video game, state of play. Did you like what you see in this video, in this clip that they show you, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
weapons menu, for example? You saw it,
Yeah,
weapons being fired.
the weapons in the original one is such an iconic menu, because is one of those old menus and old mechanics that they are not really on the flight, that you can access it really quickly with your control. In this one, I saw a shot that Leon has like a quick access to his weapons to make combat more to make it faster,
Faster,
obviously
yeah.
more responsive, which is good. Obviously, these are modern video games, so they tend to have all these new mechanics that people are already used to. But it looks good. It's gonna do well. Yeah, I think so. Most likely, it's gonna do great. Now, the question that comes after Resident Evil 4 that many people thought never, that no one was gonna touch it because it was in such a high regard is are they going to remake Resident Evil 5 and 6?
Let's save that for the end because this is a trend that we need to talk about video games. Let's move into the Suicide Squad. I want to make justice to Suicide Squad with some time. So um, let's hit play and let's describe what we see in these because I think that this is the presentation that they showed the most. Just before we go into Suicide Squad, one question: Resident Evil is exclusive, right? PS.
Not sure. No,
You can
the last remakes, remasters, they made it for everyone.
okay. You can Google it
Yeah.
while I see. I we see here. So this one they show the most, I think, in terms of gameplay. And they even had like an interview at the end that we are not going to see. It's a long interview, and if people want to see it, they can go into YouTube. And so Rocksteady really was main the keynote speaker of this presentation, and the main focus of this presentation was Suicide Squad. I think this is not a stretch to say, just in terms of time that they gave to Rocksteady, and in terms of the ability to have an interview and to with the developers and to share their thoughts on this process. Um, so there are many good points to what they show. Um, for example, being a co-op, I feel like, and you have said it before, not many games try to do co-op in the like co-op story video games, which it's good. Um, the characters in the story, it looks as a suicide story should be, crazy and wacky and out of place in the universe. Um, and the characters are very distinctive. I don't know. I don't know if you agree with me, but Boomerang looks like Boomerang, and Harley Quinn looks like a good Harley Quinn. They have done a good character job. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. On the character development, or illustration or portrait, however you want to call it, I like it. They look like this, raggy, funny, out of with nonsensical kind of dress or whatever. Because yeah, that shit is gonna have an armor, whatever you wanna see it. But Harley Quinn is just with a crop top and on her, and this guy Captain Boomerang, which whatever reason has like a raincoat here, uh, but here this game, I I I have high expectations of this game,
Yeah,
but
this
I'm
was one of your
uh,
most anticipated games.
I had them, but then they talk about something, and I was like,
Yeah, let's save it for the end. Let me jump and ask you about these that we are seeing for those listening. We're seeing the gameplay of each of the characters. So they start with Harley Quinn and then they go to Boomerang. And this is a really fast paced video game. Let's talk
yeah.
about what we have here on screen. Do you like having like these I don't know, almost like on like second son like a, type of vibe, like of how they just um travel around, even Spider-Man, like they can just fly. Almost every one of these they fly, all of them they fly, or
Yeah,
they have.
they have some sort of mechanic in order to get high ground.
This is a fast-paced, almost like flying video game. Did you
Yeah,
imagine this
it's
to be the case?
I never thought it would be like this kind of movement. I thought it was going to be more grounded.
Yeah.
And this game is from Rocksteady, and to give people some background, these are the responsible for making the Arkham Asylum games,
Hmm.
which were really successful on their own right, and they pretty much put Batman in the video game space in the
Hmm.
most what I want to say here, like the most close to Batman as you can be.
Yeah, it looks fun. This gameplay. My only concern is that it may be um I don't know if the settings is gonna or the location is gonna be huge in order because you are moving really fast, or if this motion like or this ability to fly and almost glide is only like an end game type of power that they acquire through any Brainiac's technology that they steal, which would make sense in the history. Let's say they are going against Brainiac, and Brainiac has a lot of technology, and then they acquire that some of that technology, and now they can move. That would make sense. I don't know if this is going to be all the game, like you're gonna be flying all the game like this. Then Metropolis is gonna feel like really small to you, but it looks fun. I would have to say it looks fun just to be able to fly with Harley Quinn all the time. I don't know, it's really it's really surprising to me. That's why.
Yeah, I never thought that the gameplay was going to, because it gives that I I want to say how kind of Fortnite vibe on
No,
how
Fortnite, Apex.
Apex. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I think I played Apex like once. Never play much.
More
Never
like Apex,
play.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's weird, but this is supposed to be one of the missions in the story, and this is my favorite part because I, oh my god, they got Vin Diesel. They say Vin Diesel is gonna say family, but
Yeah,
he's Lex Luthor, and I was like, no, that's Vin Diesel.
it looks like the only character I didn't like, besides Lex Luthor, um it's Wonder Woman, and it's gonna show up in the screen in just a second. I don't like the face of Wonder Woman that they chose for it.
They tend to Wonder Woman. They tend like. Did you like the one in Injustice?
No, it's too, I don't know, it's too
I
MMA.
know. Yeah,
And
yeah, exactly. Well, they try to, because these are Amazonian women, so they're big, they're strong. Yeah, okay, but
it's not even that, it's the face. In this video game, it's gonna be the face. So focus on the face when we see her.
ah,
It's
I know what you mean, but I think the one in the Injustice is worse.
the face, not
Uh-huh.
not okay, not the body type, the face. Because
Yeah.
my main issue in in Justice was the body type, but yeah, yeah, here it is. I don't know, she looks, yeah, I know that they're trying to go with like a more east vibe of face,
Mm.
because they're, as you said, they are Amazonians, they are supposed to be from Greek mythology, and so let's try to make, but this is not Greek. This is almost like Hindu or Pakistani, something like that. Look at that. This is the money shot, and she has green eyes. Look at that. So it's a green eye,
Okay.
Pakistani kind of nose. I don't know. And this is not a knock on any of those cultures that I just mentioned. Is that just that she doesn't look like Wonder Woman. That's all. Because even with Gal Gadot, which she is from Middle East,
Mm.
she doesn't look like this. Gal Gadot
Hmm. Hmm.
is closer to what the Wonder Woman would look, because she is from the Middle East, than this depiction that we have here. But yeah, this is a nitpick enough. Um, this character, and so they reveal like the main plot is that they have to kill the Justice League,
Hmm.
uh, enable to be
My
able to.
my biggest they obviously this is going to come in the history of the game, but like, why is Wonder Woman the only one not affected by Brainiac? And but I wanted this game to be so good because it's the last time, like the last role we're gonna hear Kevin Conroy as Batman, which was like the OG animated Batman, with Harry, oh, with the Joker as, oh, I
Mark Hamill.
forgot his, Mark Hamill. God, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So before they jump, I think they're gonna jump now into the. Yeah, they're gonna go jump into the
I'm
deep.
gonna talk
Like,
about it, and
yeah, we
yeah,
can. Yeah,
their personal views. Yeah.
I'm gonna just mute it, and so we can just talk about it. So, from what I saw, because this is what I wanted to do, just focus on what they show. It looks fun. Yeah, it looks fast paced. I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad in terms of the story. It's a suicide story. I hope they do justice at least to those characters and to the last Batman we will ever hear, until someone decides to generate AI voice with him, which is gonna come. And
Mm,
but so my question is regarding, um, you know, I think the only pet peeve that I have is with the scale of the power that they have with this movement. That's like, I wish like they were more like real characters power.
mm.
um and I hope this is just something at the end with, I don't know, some brainiac technology, because Rocksteady were video games were most of them like very close to the source materials in terms of power levels,
They were really
especially
grounded. Yeah.
especially with Batman. Yeah,
Mm.
Batman's really grounded, and all the enemies that you fought in their video games were really close to the source materials in terms of the abilities that they had, and stuff like that. So I I enjoy that Deadshot. Main thing is having like a sniper, and that Boomerang has a boomerang at least. But I just hope that this incredible, huge power level of being able to just be, if Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn character, had this power, she would kill Batman in anytime she wanted. And the same for the others, because they look so overpowered in this video game.
Mm.
um, just as a fan of this character, so I wish that they explain it in the context of this video game. Like, okay, this is, I don't know, some Brainiacs technology that they're gonna um, use to be able to basically fly anywhere they want to, and do all this crazy stuff. That's the only thing I hope that from what they showed, I hope they have like a good in-game explanation, because now they're going to go against the Justice League. And in any other day, the Justice League, if they're turned bad, like, I don't know, if Batman is ever bad, you're gonna have a Batman, or Superman is ever bad, or mind controlled, you're gonna have a difficult difficult time, unless you have like kryptonite. So this is geek complaining. I am doing here because of the power levels. I'm talking about power levels, but they just look so OP, man. They're so OP. I really liked uh, co-op. That I
Yeah,
can
the
play with you,
the
for
the
example.
co-op experience is something that has been lost to modern games, unless you're playing like a, battle royale or something like that. But co-op experience in a story driven game, they're really weird. They're really scarce, and that's sad. It's just sad.
It's sad, and it's good that, if, let's say, we're playing together, we can choose. You want to be Deadshot, I want to be, I don't know, Boomerang, or I want to be Harley Quinn, and we can mix and match. So that's fun. That's great. You have the set characters, and you can play and choose depending on your style. Um, which I love. So, and here they're showing like some other characters that they will give technology. So this gives me a hint that they will improve along the line. So maybe they are not so overpowered from the beginning, but they will acquire technology to be able to face Brainiac as they investigate whatever Brainiac is doing in Metropolis.
Hmm.
Do you like that it's in Metropolis this time instead of Gotham?
Yeah, I read somewhere that all this work that they put through this city and the detail of Metropolis and all that, it was something that was made or left from a different project that was canceled, and it was a Superman game that got
Hmm.
canceled. So that's why they have all these detailed Metropolis. So they were trying to use it for that, but something happened along the way, and they were like, "No, okay, let's use these assets that they're already good to go and work with a Brainiac twist or the Justice League." So it's sad because Superman doesn't have a game, and it will
Yeah.
be it will be really hard to translate, but it's not happening, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, and
But
development, as have told you before, development of video game is so expensive, so convoluted that yeah, these companies they have to make like tough choices of investment. You know,
hmm,
they are betting the future of the company almost with every of these big titles. You know, it's a bet. If these flop, it's a huge loss of money that you already paid your developers and your artists and your animators, um, and marketing campaigns and stuff like that. So it's all already invested. This
hmm.
is already gone. This money is already gone, and now they are gonna try to.
And this here, this is something that I didn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now let's get to the issue, I think this is the part where they mention it. We're almost in the part. So the issue, man, the battle pass.
the battle pass and the unnecessary mechanic of we gonna make it a live service so you can continue playing, and yeah, okay, yeah, but these kind of games now have the trend to become uh, I don't know how can I say this, like they don't die, they never stop, and it's that mentality of we made this. Yeah, it was expensive. Yeah, I know that it was hard to make, but okay, but why do you have to make it a live service, and why do you have to grind for gear in unlimitedly, because it's never going to end. And this happened with a Marvel game. Can't remember what was the name of it. It was the Avengers
The
something.
Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah, Avengers something game that Square Enix really fucked up in every single way. People didn't like it. How hard it
Some
was trying to get your money.
some people did, but yeah, but going back to you to this live service. So as I said, I have like a more nuanced approach and take on this, and is I don't care if you are going to do a live service, but you have to give me a good video game for which I am paying. You know, so
Yeah,
we are in a
focus on
capital.
that.
Not even focus on that. Yeah, let's. It's this is the value proposition. What am I playing? What am I paying for? So if I am paying for a multiplayer video game, then I will expect the multiplayer video game of that game to be good. If I am paying for a story like a PvE, let's say, video game, then I would hope for that part to be good. And in top of that, if you then want to give me an additional service of, let's say, zombies, so I can play with against zombies, or a PvP service, then I will take that as an extra. So
Hmm.
if they are gonna charge people for $70 for a triple A video game, a story video game, that part needs to be good, and that part needs to be not. It doesn't need to be rushed or any of that corporate bullshit that we have seen. Now, if you nail that part, if you nail the video game that you sold me, and
Mm.
then you want to have a live service, I don't have a problem with that, because then
Yeah.
that's my decision. And if I want to play or not, if the video game I pay for is good, then I will. But for example, Fortnite, I don't care. They have a live service for battle pass,
Mm.
or I don't know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or any of those, that they have like a live of a free service, that then you pay because they are selling you the free entry to a multiplayer. So this video game, this one, Suicide Squad, is not a multiplayer video game per se. What
No.
we are paying is for the, and what we are gonna judge the video game, it's gonna
It's by
be
mm.
the the campaigns.
The main campaign story. Yeah.
Yeah, if that's good and compelling and worth the $70, that's okay, I will take it. But what I don't want them to do is just rush that campaign, stuff it with wherever you have, and then just rush into the battle pass and into the multiplayer, because that's gonna give us. No, because you are already charging me $70. So give me a good product for $70,
Mm.
and then if you wanna do live services, or you wanna do, I don't know, chalice dungeons, or call it whatever you wanted to call it, I don't care, because I will decide it if I wanna, because
Yeah.
yeah, that's my take. That's my take.
No,
Don't rush the main
and that
campaign.
and that's how it should be, but because now it's like that because I wouldn't have an issue with live services, especially for this kind of game that is supposed to be just a story and you play it and okay, good story, let's go to another game. But because it has a live service, they tend to focus on that heavily, and
Hmm.
that's what really worries me because we all know that these services is where they get the big money,
Or they
uh,
try at least. Yeah.
or at least yeah, at least that's where they try to get as much profit out of their project as they can, because we all know that game sales are not the main focus anymore because it's hard for a game to sell well. Not all can be Hogwarts Legacy where they sell 12 million copies just because. that's
Just
that's
because.
that's hard. That's really hard. That's
Hmm.
really really hard. And if they focus on the story, I couldn't care less about the live services. But because there's a live service, I'm worried because they might focus on it.
I
That's
understand.
that.
I understand your position. Yeah. I do. I do. I don't know if we have like experience of a good campaign video game that had a good
I don't know.
live service, in the recent history. Yeah,
No.
I cannot think of it, because I don't know. Sony doesn't do it with any of their titles. Horizon, Spider-Man, God of War. None of them have a live service afterwards. Um, so yeah, From Software doesn't have a live service. Well, they have a live community, but they don't charge you for it, so you can play Elden Ring, and people still
And
have many
PvP and yeah.
PvP and stuff like that. So that's not a live service per se. It's just I don't know how to call it, a live community. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we have any experience of a good campaign that has then has a good live service. Um, I think the only one that we can think of is Fortnite, because Fortnite started as a another type of game. As I shared with you the video, Fortnite started as a survivor game against zombies and stuff like that, and then it changed into only a live service, um, which they
Yeah,
can do.
not
Yeah,
many people know that Fortnite was an actual game with a mechanic and kind of totally different from what it became.
yeah, exactly. So again, if they develop and they and they sell this product, and then they say, okay, we did good, people are happy with our ip. Now let's use the same assets to have, I don't know, a 4v4, 2v2 arena or battle royale or whatever, where you will grind for with your battle pass for whatever you want to sell. Then that's good, and people will enjoy it, and if it's good, we will play it or not. But just deliver the product that you are promising,
Hmm.
and then uh, it's just like grab the ball and then make the play. You have to have the ball in your hands to then make a play. So yeah, live services, man, live services is really an issue. Resident Evil, you were also gonna mention something about Resident Evil. um you know um Resident Evil looks that it's gonna do good, and it's gonna be a good game. I have no doubt about it at this point.
Hmm.
Um, any live services, any stuff like that they are mentioning that you're worried?
I don't. Well, they show Mercenaries. Mercenaries is a huge part of the Resident Evil franchise right now, which is this kind of unlimited horde mode where you fight against yourselves, pretty much, to beat your own score. They
Mm-hmm.
can they can do a live service with that. Yeah, they can. They can. Are they going to? I don't know. I hope no.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so, because this is a common service. I don't know how to say it, a common gameplay of zombie hordes or mercenary hordes, and of the roguelike genre also, and you have like scores tables and stuff like that, and you just try to beat yourself, and they don't have to put like a server for these type of things, like a heavy server. They just need to have somewhere the scores of global scores, and just have the top people there. um yeah. Okay, so you like this presentation?
Yeah, many of the things that they show were focused on VR and a few indie games here and there. There was also Destiny. We didn't talk about it, but I'm not a Destiny fan. I don't care. I have,
It's a filler,
which
man.
is, yeah, but there is this huge community around it. But okay, good for them. But sorry, I play World of Warcraft too many years, so I don't care about another unlimited MMORPG, but now with guns.
No, Destiny 2, I think it has some good things, like you can jump in and out really fast, and it doesn't consume like a lot
That's
of
what
time.
they make you think.
No, I know that you have like I don't know how to say it. Like you're burned with MMOs RPG, but yeah, it is what it is. We didn't talk about it. I just wanted to close with this thought
Hmm.
that I wanted to share with you. So that's why I was trying to give you time if you had any closing remarks. Um, Not many exclusives. If we're gonna be um,
Hmm.
critical or
Oh yeah, I
uh,
check, and Resident Evil 4 is for everything.
it's
Well, not
everything.
not Nintendo, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So this presentation, February 23, not many exclusives were displayed, which I find interesting because we are supposed to get many titles this year. We are supposed to get starting from with Spider-Man. We're supposed to get Final Fantasy 16. We're supposed to get what others from the top of my mind, exclusives.
I think Final Fantasy 7 is
7.
temporarily exclusive, and then
Yeah, but let's say
they open it.
exclusive at launch,
Hmm.
and with, but they open it to PC. They are not opening, I think, to Xbox or stuff like that.
Hmm.
Just like God of War, they are shipping to PC, not to Xbox. So it's interesting to me that they are not showing any development of their IPs, of their exclusive IPs in this presentation. This is a state of play. I was hoping at least to have one exclusive. showcased a quick
Well,
demo.
you can argue that the VR titles are
Nah,
exclusive, but we already talked about that.
no, man, it's not. It's not. It doesn't count. Something, there are many projects, and just to focus in Suicide Squad. Okay, yeah, Suicide Squad is good, but it's not a state of PlayStation. It's a state of, I don't know, video games. Resident Evil, the same thing, is good. It's good that you are giving some time for these third party titles and for indie, but I just think like these type of presentations, they need at least one exclusive. Can you imagine if Nintendo, for example, Nintendo Connect, I think it's the name.
Hmm.
Can you imagine if they do a showcase without one, at least one exclusive?
One Mario game.
Anything. But they didn't. So for me, that's an L for PlayStation and for Sony, not showing us any of the title, not making hype. Make some hype for Final Fantasy 16, 17, 7, or for Spider Man, or make some hype for projects that are down the line. I don't know if you have something to show us from Wolverine, or show us something from I don't know, anything that's going is coming down the line. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with that fact from Sony, that they didn't give us at least one exclusive, real exclusive of PlayStation, not VR. So yeah, that's my closing remark of this presentation.
So good. Yeah, but we'll have to wait. It was said that they didn't show like a base, like you mentioned, like a base PlayStation exclusive, just to put a nail to the coffin, I guess, because so far it's looking good. But when you can get it somewhere else, it also says like, oh, okay, well, and it's not like I getting the most out of my machine because I cannot play it somewhere else.
Yeah, just one. Just give us one. Next time you do this presentation, just one exclusive. Okay. Do you want to close it?
Yeah, no, we are good to go. Remember, everyone, to follow us, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel. You can follow us at OnlyFillers in no, I always want to say Facebook, but we don't have Facebook. On Twitter, Instagram, Spotify as well. If you are more like you prefer the audio format, you can go there and find us, and you will be able to find all the links below, so don't worry about that. But all good. Take care, everyone. Thank you, and see you soon.
See you soon. Welcome to the world, Mariana. Peace.
Peace out.